Army mateys. Army mateys, and welcome back to the Pirate Droid, and welcome back to the Gaming Droid. So, as you can see, I am inside my altar, and I have my sink set up. Sink lets me get water, and put water away. I've got a spare chest set up. I have a double chest set up with some dirt, some living wood, some living rock, and some petals, which I'm going to put in my main petal chest. And then I have my colours of the rainbow set up with all my mystical flower seeds ready to build the next build, which will be a flower wheel, so that I have access to all the petals. But for now, we have some Britannia quests. We also have some other quests to hand in. So, quests to hand in, we have primarily mob hunt quests, which are zombie attack and brainy zombie. And we should also have some Thorncraft quests to hand in. So I made a crucible, which is just a iron cauldron hit with wand. I've done some work on alchemical smelting, and I'm definitely going to go with the silverwood sapling. They are so hard to get hold of. The life isn't worth anything else. An alchemical alembic, again, just a basic alchemical machine, and a jar. Again, all basic things for Thorncraft that are not difficult to get hold of. So I'll put all of my Thorncraft items away in here while we get on with botanical engineering. So we have the pure daisies, which allow us to make living wood and living rock the base of pretty much everything in Britannia. And you make those by putting 4 white flowers in a petal apothecary, 4 white flower petals in a petal apothecary, and throwing in a seed. So next we want solar power and mana pools. These are the 2 next quests. And they are remarkably easy to do. So first off, mana pool. There we go. There's a dilute mana pool. And if we look in the mana pool quest, we have to make a normal mana pool and a mana spreader. So that means we have to put a little bit of mana, because if I check the recipe for the dilute, if I check the uses of dilute mana pool, if I throw the dilute mana pool into a little bit of mana, it turns into a proper mana pool. The other thing we have to make is a mana spreader, which we need living wood for, and we need a petal for. I've got lots and lots of white petals, so we'll use those. So if I do this, is it this? Uses. Wait, do I have to turn it to living wood planks? And that. 1 second. I've completely forgotten how to make a mana spreader. I need gold ingots. That's got to be a new requirement. I don't remember needing gold ingots before. So we'll go down our giant mana spreader and across our dragon to go and fetch some gold ingots. Whee. Up, up, up. And down we go. It's a little bit more awkward, but it is certainly much nicer looking. 18, perfect. That's just so that I can top up on my ingots. Are you not producing me any lava? No, you're not, because you have run out of couple. Thank you. Just top up my lava generator while we're at it. So with Britannia, what you do is use flowers to make mana, and then you use that mana for a whole variety of things, whether it's making items or powering flowers. So certain flowers, like there's a flower that kills off mobs nearby, so it's a great defensive flower. It can protect your base. Also a way of building a mob farm. There's a flower that moves items from place to place. There's also magically powered armor, so there's armor that doesn't degrade until you run out of mana. So there's all sorts of wonderful and useful things you can do using Britannia. But to start with, we definitely need a few mana spreaders. Do you actually need living wood logs rather than living? Yes, you do. Because I am a dip. Complete nerd dip. So 5 mana spreaders is nothing. You're going to need a lot more than that. But what we also do need is we need some way of generating mana, and we're going to do that with day blooms. So I will show you in the Lexicon Britannia. Here's the Lexicon Britannia, and we want generating flora, we want the day bloom, and if you scroll through it will tell you the recipe. 2 yellow, 1 light blue and 1 orange. So first off we need to get some seeds, and we need yellow, light blue, orange. And what I tend to do is I tend to basically put the full recipe. So yellow, yellow, light blue, orange, yellow, yellow, light blue, orange, yellow, yellow, light blue, orange, yellow, yellow, light blue, orange. And then we just pop a seed in each one. Now, the reason I prefer the sinks over the water barrels and water basins and brick wells is the wells replace the bucket you've got, so it actually moves around your inventory. These ones just fill the bucket. It's slightly better scripted. The sinks are slightly better scripted than the wells. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. So that's a good start for our mana generation. So we'll pop the living wood logs and we'll pop the gold in there. Seeds in here, and we will take our dirt, our flowers, our pool and our mana spreader, and we will set up the start of our Britannia. I'm going to set up the start of our mana generation over here. I want 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if I pop my mana spreader here, that should connect to all of them. And the way you check if it is connected to all of them is you get your wand of the forest, and you put your wand of the forest on here, and then if you see, this one is why are you guys not connected? You should be connected. You go into the pool, you go into here. There we go. Okay, usually they auto-connect, but for some reason they didn't auto-connect. I'm not 100% sure why. But then when there's sunlight, these will produce mana. The mana will go into the mana pool, and I will then use the mana pool to turn a second mana pool, second dilute mana pool, into a proper mana pool, and that will complete pretty much all the kind of basic requirements. Ooh, I got some more of those. Excellent. And then this moves on to Ore Flora. The Ore Flora, the orchid, is a advanced flower. You feed it mana, and it turns nearby stone into different ores. The Hydrangea is a mana generator. It eats water source blocks, so you need to have water source available for it. See, can produce mana from water placed in a 3x3 space in front of it. Combine it with some creative water generation from other mods and you have a wonderful source of power. And then the vacuum flower. And this sucks up items. They suck up items and place them in nearby inventories. And then we have the crafting. We have runes and we have potions that we can craft. So what I'll do is I will come back to you in a couple of minutes and I will sort of show you the next stage. See you in a couple of minutes. So as you may notice, my microphone is up in the side footage, which means that I'm having to record this after the fact because I'm an idiot and I set my microphone up into the side position so it can't actually hear what I'm saying. Basically, dropping petals into the pool make them into mana petals. and then I spend a little bit of a while figuring out like the pool. Basically, you can transfer the focal point onto the larger pool. So this larger pool takes much longer to fill up. It stores a lot more mana and it allows you to transform things, whereas the dilute mana pool doesn't. The only thing I was a little bit confused by and trying to figure out was how to transfer mana. I was being an idiot. Basically, the way you transfer mana from an old mana pool to a new mana pool is you just put a mana spreader next to the pool and target it at the new pool. So next to the old pool, target at the new pool. It gave me a mana pump, and I was trying to remember what a mana pump did. It sounds like it's supposed to transfer mana from pool to pool. Actually, what it does is it transfers mana from a pool to a minecart with a mana pool, and that allows you to move mana around via a minecart. I couldn't remember this. I've never really used mana minecarts. It's not really something that I've bothered with, but it allows you to attach a mana pool to a minecart mana pool and move mana around via minecart. If you want to transfer mana from an old pool to a new pool, you just use a mana spreader next to the new pool, because mana spreaders will attach to pools that are sitting next to them and draw mana from them. This is me just messing about with the function one, trying to figure out how to get this thing to turn on, but it's entirely kind of the wrong way round. I need a minecart with a mana pool to do that. So that's my Daybloom setup, spitting mana into this mana pool. And you do have to make sure that the line of sight is right, because as you can see, the line of sight here is being blocked by the pump, and the moment I get rid of the pump, it starts shooting mana into the pool straight away. So you do have to make sure that the line of sight is there for mana spreaders, otherwise you're not going to be able to transfer mana successfully. Sorry about the weirdness with the camera in the corner and me talking nonsense. But yeah, I accidentally had my microphone in the locked position from the setup and prep portion, so it didn't quite understand what I was doing. I'm looking at different ways of manipulating mana. I'm trying to find the mana pump to try and figure out what the mana pump does, but the mana pump, as I later on found out, is actually hidden inside the mana pool on a minecart entry. So there's all sorts of different items you can create. Some of them are greatly useful, some of them aren't. A lot of them require the use of either a mana diamond or mana pearl, and these you get by dropping ender pearls or diamonds into a mana pool and transforming them. And a lot of Botania works off either items going into mana pools or items going onto an altar, which we'll look at later on. Later on we have a look at the altar. There's a whole bunch of things that you just saw that can be dropped into a mana pool, including a mana pool itself, ender eyes, diamonds, cookies, metal makes mana steel, string makes mana string, so there's an awful lot of cookies make mana cookies. There's an awful lot of different things that you can use to drop into a pool to make new items, and then later on you also get an alchemy catalyst and a transmutation catalyst, and these are things you put next to a mana pool that allow you to do more interesting things with the mana pool, like turn glowstone into redstone and double the amount of material that you've dropped into it in exchange for mana. So this is the petals being made into mana petals, and then the mana petals and the petals that I've gathered. So one blue, one mana cyan, two blue, one mana blue, one mana cyan, one cyan, and one pink go together to make a hydrangea. And these absorb water. So there's all sorts of things you can use, basically anything that is a permanent source of water, because hydrangeas will consume water blocks. So if you have a hydrangea next to a water block, and that water block is a source block and has no way of replenishing, the hydrangea will just consume it, will just eat the water block. The disadvantage of this, of course, being that the water block disappears and the hydrangea doesn't generate any mana after that. So it suggests that you use methods from other mod packs to put down higher blocks, but in a later video I'll actually show you a way of setting up. You don't need any machinery, you don't need any special tools, you don't need any special items from mods. It's a vanilla way of setting up, a reasonably good way of setting up hydrangeas, just so that the natural source block generation of Minecraft, source block water generation, fills in all of the holes, and you get a nice number of hydrangeas in a small area. Part of that will be doing floating flowers, which we'll see in a later episode as well. So that has been the after audio for this episode. I would like to thank you all for watching and for putting up with my terrible after audio edit because I was an idiot and left my microphone up. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye!